It's Friday, November 7th, and this is the Echo Press News Minute for the week of November 2nd through the 8th. I'm Lisa Johnson. Here are the top stories in Wednesday's issue. About a dozen nature enthusiasts took part in the last of 4 guided walking tours hosted by the Friends of the Alexandria Nature Trail, or FANT. The almost 2-mile walk started at Big Ole Central Park, with participants walking along the trail to Alexandria City Park and then looping back to Big Ole. This route is known as the Big Ole to City Park Loop, and it's part of the Nature Trail system. FANT is a nonprofit organization that was established by citizens committed to supporting Alexandria's initiative to construct a 13-mile multi-purpose nature trail. The trail will follow the existing Southeast Watershed Corridor, a major drainage way that traverses a series of connected wetlands through Alexandria from south to north. The corridor runs all the way from near Walmart to Lake Lahamadou. Members of FANT say they want to continue moving forward, going further and faster with purpose. Treasurer Barbara Benson says the walks were held to introduce people to the already built trails that will be part of the Nature Trail system. The annual Veterans Day program, sponsored by Alexandria VFW Post 936, is scheduled for Tuesday, November 11th at the Reach Church in Alexandria. The Post Auxiliary will have donuts and coffee at the church starting at 10 a.m., with the program to follow at 11. This year's program is Veterans Day, The Cost of Freedom, a video produced by Steve Peterson of Alexandria. There will be a lunch after the program. In addition, all veterans are invited to a Veterans Day program at St. Mary's School at 2 p.m. Our story includes other Veterans Day programs that will take place November 11th. Former Douglas County resident Sarah Hartsfield, now living in Texas, was found guilty and sentenced to life October 8th for the death of her husband in 2023. According to reporting from Fox 26 out of Houston, Texas, a jury found Hartsfield guilty of murder in the death of her 5th husband, Joseph. She was convicted of giving him a lethal dose of insulin and waiting to call 911. Joseph Hartsfield died in January of 2023. According to a report by ABC 13 Eyewitness News in Houston, officials said Joseph Hartsfield was in a coma for a week before he died. In 2018, Sarah Hartsfield, whose last name was Donahue at the time, said she shot and killed her boyfriend David Bragg near Garfield after he discharged a handgun at her during a domestic violence incident. Hartsfield was ultimately not charged in the shooting death of Bragg. The Outreach Food Shelf is doing what it can to help people whose SNAP benefits have been put on hold during the government shutdown, but it isn't an easy job. It's a difficult situation, says Bernice Wimmer, executive director of the Food Shelf. We do really well on a normal average month. We're able to meet everybody's needs, but right now we're full by 9:30 in the morning and we're turning people away. So far this year, the Outreach Food Shelf has served 2,600 to 2,800 people in more than 1,300 households, around 7% of the total population of Douglas County. That being said, it's estimated almost 9% of Douglas County residents live in poverty. That means there's a lot of people that aren't getting assistance, Wimmer says, 500 or 600 people that aren't even getting support who live in poverty. The fear of people's SNAP benefits not coming through has brought an influx of clients to the Food Shelf, says Wimmer. We can serve about 23 families a day on a normal schedule. Yesterday, we did 30. I see the need increasing and us having to mobilize our emergency plan and take the mobile pantry out at least 1 to 2 times a week to try to get as many people fed as we can. The Food Shelf is looking for more help to man the mobile pantry, which needs about 5 people per shift to help run it. Wimmer encouraged people to contact their state and federal representatives about the issue. In life, despite bone-chilling temperatures, this year's Viking Land Community Support Program's annual Halloween parade brought hundreds to downtown Alexandria. The new route from 4th Avenue and Broadway Street to 9th Avenue and Broadway Street seemed to work pretty well, as Broadway was packed with ghosts, goblins, witches, minions, pirates, princesses, and many more kids and adults dressed in their Halloween costumes. The winner of the 2025 parade was the Pumpkin Patch Float by Peppa and Poppy's Market in Alexandria. We have a lot of photos from the parade. And in sports, we take a behind-the-numbers analysis of the Alexandria football team's state tournament return. It's time to pick up your copy of the Echo Press today for great local news coverage. Members, remember to activate your online membership for the expanded daily e-edition. Become a member today, echopress.com/subscribe. The Echo Press, giving information life since 1891. Here are the top stories in Friday's issue. The Alexandria Public Schools' proposed $3 million capital projects levy was defeated Tuesday, November 4th, by 353 votes. That according to a news release from the district. The capital projects levy would have provided stable funding for safety, technology, and facility improvement over the next 10 years. Since the 2020-2021 school year, Alexandria Public Schools has faced significant budget challenges, cutting over $5 million and using reserve funds to balance the budget. Now that the referendum didn't pass, according to information on the district's website, the district will have to make more cuts, possibly resulting in larger class sizes, fewer electives, and reduced services and resources for students. While we're disappointed that the referendum didn't pass, our commitment to providing a high-quality education remains absolute, says Superintendent Rick Sandsted in the news release. Starting next month, the administration and school board will begin the 2026-27 budget planning process. We must now assess our current financial reality and explore all viable strategies to keep our district financially healthy. The Echo Press also has the results from other school districts. School ballot questions in Parker's Prairie were approved, and Minnewaska's $25 million bond issue was voted down. The Douglas County Veteran Services van that's used for transporting veterans was rear-ended in October and deemed a total loss. At the October 21st Douglas County Board meeting, commissioners approved the purchase of a new one along with a $500 donation to be used toward that new vehicle. At the Tuesday, November 4th board meeting, commissioners approved 3 more donations, totaling $14,500 to be used toward the purchase of the new van. Jake Turner, the county's Veteran Services Officer, told the commissioner that he has another $4,000 to $4,500 in donations that have been pledged. He says there are people in the community who heard what happened and wanted to donate funds to put toward the new vehicle. It's the 250th birthday of the Marine Corps on Monday, November 10th, and Runestone Detachment 1409 in Alexandria is going to celebrate with its 10th annual birthday banquet. The banquet will be held at Alexandria VFW Post 936 from 6 to 8:30 p.m. All Marines and FMF Navy Corpsmen are invited to the event, which is also open to the public. There will be a cake-cutting ceremony, recognition of the oldest and youngest Marine, and the Commendation Challenge will be read along with other activities. Colonel Robert Flannery of the U.S. Marine Corps will be the banquet's guest speaker. Flannery is the Center for Naval Warfare Studies Deputy Dean and a career aviation supply officer. The birthday banquet is just a time to take a day out to say happy birthday to everybody and be part of the organization. That, according to Detachment Commandant Chris Borgerding, that's one of the big things that separates us from the other branches, is that we do this. It's a lot of camaraderie, and it's not just limited to Marines, says Detachment Chaplain Mike Bartolomeo. It's also family, guests, so it's nice. It's a celebration. The Runestone Detachment 1409 is kicking off its annual Toys for Kids, Toys for Tots campaign. Families can apply for participation in the program by visiting alexandriamntoysfortots.org. In life, when each of her grandsons turned 4, Dana Lauer of Alexandria started bringing them with her to ring the bell for the Douglas County Salvation Army Red Kettle campaign. Now Flynn, who's 8 years old, and his 6-year-old brother Odin look forward to it every year. Their grandma says it's great one-on-one time with them talking about families who need assistance to buy food or essential items, says Lauer. I feel it's a great way for me to model volunteering and helping others. A Red Kettle kickoff will take place at Eldon's Fresh Foods on Thursday, November 13th at 4:30 p.m. The fundraising goal for this year's campaign, Love Beyond the Holidays in Douglas County, is $100,000. That's according to Stu McKechnie from the Douglas County Salvation Army Bell Committee. During the 2024-2025 fiscal year, the local Salvation Army assisted 135 family units, up from the 113 assisted the previous year. Funds were also used for the 200 Easter food boxes that help feed 4 to 6 people per household. The Salvation Army relies solely on the dollars collected during the Red Kettle campaign, as well as local contributions from Douglas County residents and businesses. In sports, read the Echo Press preview of the Alexandria Cardinals football team's state quarterfinal game against Spring Lake Park. Opinion page items for the week include an Echo Press editorial about federal workers facing tough times, an In the Know column about Alexandria College's growing enrollment, a history column, letters about the Saturday art market, making the electric grid stronger, and fishing limits, an Echo Press editorial about a super-agers study that may improve longevity, and an Our Turn column about falling down. I'm Lisa Johnson. This is the Echo Press News Minute for the week of November 2nd through the 8th. The Echo Press News Minute is produced by Al Edenloff and Lisa Johnson. The Echo Press, giving information life since 1891.